China just revealed an insane new spaceship to beat SpaceX. Since the day humans have made it to space, the race of the country to be the best explorer has begun. It's more like the Ronaldo versus Messi comparison. Different countries keep setting records, and some countries are breaking the records. The story has even changed recently since some private individuals pick interest in the exploration of space. Before, it's been a war between the USA, India, Russia, Great Britain, China, France, and other countries. Now, world billionaires compete with countries that will explore space and occupy it. We've seen the likes of Richard Branson of Virgin Group. The man that piqued our interest the most is Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX. This is a great challenge for countries. With its famous technology prowess, China just revealed an insane new spaceship to beat SpaceX. That's what we'll be exploring today. Before we dive into this topic, be sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. Also, do smash the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Done? Let's get into space. In the next few years, Elon Musk has been making a name for himself. His name has been flying around with different achievements and titles. He is a social media sensation, most especially on Twitter. Elon Reeve Musk is the founder and CEO of SpaceX. He's also the CEO and product architect of Tesla Inc. You know this man, so let's move on to the main topic, SpaceX. Elon Musk created SpaceX in 2002, intending to reduce space transportation costs to enable the colonization of Mars. As of 2002, Elon Musk isn't even the richest man on Earth. My friend, don't forget to dream big. Over the years, SpaceX has changed the space mission and has made some awesome achievements. Its achievements include the first reuse of an orbital rocket, the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station, ISS, the first privately funded liquid propellant rocket to reach orbit, the first private company to send astronauts to orbit and to the International Space Station, the first private company to perform vertical takeoff and vertical propulsive landing for an orbital rocket, and the list keeps going. This sounds too overwhelming for a privately owned company. That's not even all. SpaceX has 3 launch vehicles, and they include Falcon 1 developed in 2009, Falcon 9, and Falcon Heavy. It has some rocket engines to its name such as Merlin, Draco, Kestrel, Raptor, and SuperDraco. SpaceX has fantastic technologies like those you see in the Avengers movies. All of these aren't done secretly. The world sees it, and the other key players try to match SpaceX's progress. That's where China comes in. Buckle your shoes and let's go to China. China, also known as the Peoples, is a powerful country. Even the US acknowledges that fact. The space missions of China are directed by the China National Space Administration, CNSA. China joined the race when she felt threatened by the United States of America and the Soviet Union. In 2003, China became the 3rd country to independently send humans into space. Everybody knows the manufacturing power of China. Even with the COVID-19 pandemic, China is still producing great stuff. The government of the People's Republic of China recently started a secret mission to build a mile-long spaceship in orbit around the Earth. Whoa, what? A mile-long spaceship in orbit? What's China up to? Is this a plan to trigger another trade war, but this time in space? How close are they to actually building such a massive ship? Is this even possible? Will it really compete with all the resources and properties of SpaceX? Let's shed more light on this plan that China wants to undertake to undermine Elon Musk's SpaceX. The recent news flying the Far East giant country is that the National Natural Science Foundation of China, NNSFC, is currently seeking permission on some research proposals. In its proposal, the NNSFC states that the planned spacecraft will be a major strategic aerospace equipment for the future use of space resources, exploration of the mysteries of the universe, and staying in long-term orbit. What does this mean? It means that the NNSFC is planning to create a technology or some sets of sophisticated spacecraft that'll stay in orbit for a very long time. The absurd part of the proposal submitted by the NNSFC is the quotation. The proposal includes a grant for $2.3 million. Hear this, according to CNBC in 2018, Elon Musk, The CEO of SpaceX said that a fully expendable Falcon Heavy would cost only $150 million. Now you know that $2.3 million isn't enough to create a spacecraft to compete with any crafts made by SpaceX. The $2.3 million in the proposal is just to seek preliminary studies on what would take to build such a spacecraft. Do you get that? Because for you to build a spacecraft, it's not easy like you see in the movies where they just scrap metals. Every country wants to join their counterparts in space, but one of the things limiting them is funds. That's why few countries are pursuing this. The NNSFC is trying to carry materials, or even entire sections of a mile-long vessel into orbit, where it would then be assembled into a complete ship. This is how space stations like the International Space Station and ongoing China's Tiangong Space Station were assembled. Will China be able to pull this off? Let's break it down. For China or anybody else to build a mile-long spacecraft, China or whoever wants to embark on this mission needs to build International Space Station more than 8 times. This is no small feat. The ISS is just about the size of an American football field. It is about 109 meters long and 75 meters wide. The construction of ISS took 10 years and more than 30 missions to assemble. The ISS is the result of the efforts of 5 different space agencies representing 15 countries. The construction of the International Space Station cost about $100 billion, and about $4 billion is being used for operational purposes annually. Now, to build something more mega and super than ISS 10 times will involve more than $1 trillion and 350 missions. It'll take more than 10 years to get this done. That sounds really absurd. Does it? Not really. There was a time humanity challenged space and humans and artificial satellites were sent to space. All this happened in 12 years, thanks to tremendous research. Humans did what some humans called crazy. They went to no man's land and returned. We've even explored space more than what was imagined 80 years ago. Does this mean China can overcome all odds and create history? Looking at it from another angle, being such a spacecraft isn't a big deal with the level of technological advancement that we see every day. During Apollo 11 mission, engineers and scientists had to invent new technology and create new systems and processes that'll ensure the success of the mission. The mission was to put a human on the moon and return them safely back to Earth. What China wants to do now is just like repeating a known process. They have to be more efficient and do it effectively. Speaking on the issue, a professor of aerospace engineering said it is entirely feasible. A former NASA chief technologist told Live Science in September that he would describe the issues here not as insurmountable impediments, but rather problems of scale. Could this compete and even outclass SpaceX? Before China would combat SpaceX, they should think about overcoming challenges they will encounter during the construction. A factor that they need to consider to make the project a success is microgravity. The work of microgravity is to reduce stress on a structure. Talking about a long vessel, there will be more stress than it'll be amplified. For the safety of all, China should consider the forces that'll be applied on the spaceship. While spaceships are maneuvering in space, they cause vibrations. These vibrations have to do with avoiding the growing shooting gallery of space debris. China may need to put shock absorbers in active control to counter the stress from vibrations on the structure. Another factor to consider is the height of the ship in space. This needs to be considered because of the durability of the material used in making the ship. Solar radiation becomes more intense the higher you move away from the Earth. Even on Earth, the sun is too intense, talk less of moving close to it. If China was able to build the ship, they need to consider this as it'll pose a substantial risk to human crew members. Can this China mega spacecraft really beat SpaceX? We shall know in the nearest future, and that's if China embarks on this gigantic project. With that, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this discovery and analysis and you want to hear from us again, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below before you go. What do you think about China's mission? Let us know in the comments section. Until next time.